Hello, everyone, and welcome to my new show time at 10 p.m. on Wednesdays, 10 p.m. Eastern, that is. I'm excited to be here like I always am. And I am in Dayton, Ohio, and I am not enjoying the really hot weather that we have right now. It is ridiculous out here. It's been the 90s, and I much prefer Ohio to be cooler. There's a reason why I live in the north. I like cool weather. Um, we are on the precipice of the solstice. The summer solstice is here, and the summer solstice is the longest day of the year. So it's when the day that we will have the most light. So it is time for you to embrace the light that is in your life because we are going to be stepping into shadow season after this. So that means it's going to be time for us to start looking at all the difficult stuff that we have been through, our traumas, our pains, our discomforts, and to embrace them and find the light and the wisdom in the very difficult things that we have been through in our lives. There's always a lesson for the things that we have experienced. And have we been wise enough to ask, what is the lesson? When you get the lesson, you no longer have to repeat them over and over and over. So if you are one of those people who says, why me? That is why you haven't found the lesson and what it is that you need to know. So it's really important to start asking, what is the lesson? Help me to get this because I don't want to repeat this anymore. So with that, I want to welcome Gina in Denver. Hi, Gina. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing good.
How may I be of service to you
So,
this evening?
I was wondering about relationships.
Okay, and what would you like to
If
know
my
about
son might
relationship?
come through.
I'm sorry?
Just and see if my son was gonna be able to come through. My son passed, and it's been hard for me.
In March of this year?
Are you still there?
Yes. I was asking you in March of this
Okay.
year because you said in March, right?
No, March is my birthday, but my son passed in February.
Okay, thank you. And so you were asking about relationships as well?
Yeah, just see if my next one's gonna work out finally.
Okay. All right. So, all right, Spirit, Mother, Father, God, thank you very much this moment in time. Thank you for allowing me to be of service to Gina today. As we open the door to communication with the great I am presence, we know that all words spoken will be with your wisdom, truth, love, and understanding in the highest. In this moment, we ask for the veil to be lifted and any crossed over loved one, ancestor, spirit, guide, spirit, animal, to please come through with messages for Gina in her highest good. Amen. Um, just as any mother would be, the spirit is showing it to me as though there is a feeling of being lost and I don't understand and I don't know why things had to happen the way that they did and I'm just trying to make sense of everything. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Um and I don't know how you understand this, but I'm being drawn right into my heart and something not working the way that it needs to. So I don't know if that's what he passed from, but I'm being taken right into the center of my chest and things not functioning in the way that they are supposed to. Um, and it is important for you to know that it is not the length of the life that was important, it was the time that we had together. And so there is a beautiful and wonderful thank you and a love and a hug and a kiss from the other side to say, I want you to know that you are not alone. I am still around you. And they show themselves to me as a cherub, as though they would, a little cherub that would fly around you to let you know that you are not alone. And I am getting the feeling of like little butterfly kisses all around my face. So very tender, very gentle kisses so that you know that you are not alone, that he is still coming around to visit you. And that butterflies are also important because those are about transitions. And it's important for you to know that from his point of view, the transition for him was beautiful. And I know that that might seem strange, especially for the person left behind, but he sees it as being able to welcome in the light and the shifting of life. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Um, uh, what I what I am being asked to say is we did the best that we could with the time that we had. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
Um, there's an acknowledgement that things were not always perfect, but what is perfect? And so it's important for you not to dwell on what you could have done differently, how you could have done things. And he's asking for you to come to a place of acceptance and love, knowing that he is in a very happy place. He is doing very, very well. And he also wants the same for you. He does not want you to feel like life is always going to be difficult. Life is always going to be unfair. Because he shows it to me as though you've been through a lot of things in your life where you feel like life can be really unfair. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Um, he says that he would like for you to embrace the light. And when I see embrace the light, it's embracing spirit and embracing all the things that spirit can do for us so that we don't have to sit in the consistent pain and discomfort of how things have always gone wrong, but looking at, okay, maybe I wasn't ready for this, or maybe I wasn't ready for that, and something wasn't good for me. And now I need to accept. Yes, thank you very much. He's saying it's important for you to accept that you are beautiful and that you are wonderful and that you are a very loving person, and that it's time for you to start trusting that the person who comes to you will treat you with the same love and respect that you would give to them, because he shows it to me as though you would have accepted less than what you would have deserved in prior relationships. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
And he says, I want you to know that you deserve so much more. I want you to go for the gusto, go for everything. And I want you to sit down and tell God exactly what you want in a relationship, and sit down and look at these are all the things that I thought I was attracted to, and this is what it got me. And then looking at how can I do things differently, asking different questions. And I don't know why that's important, but he's very clear in asking different questions. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Perfect. Um, he says, yes, knowledge is power, and the better choices you'll make. Trusting and believing that you are a beautiful, loving human being, that you deserve to have everything that you want, and don't look at how you can serve this other person in the relationship. Look at how you can balance each other. What can you bring me that will enhance my life, rather than how can I adjust myself to fit into this relationship that probably wasn't meant for me to begin with? So it's really important that you look at what you have to offer, value yourself and what you have to offer someone else. Know that you do not have to walk alone, but you also don't have to be in a relationship where you are not valued, and where the words that are spoken to you are not sour, where they are with love and they are with sweetness. And that is going to help you to find the sweetness in life again. So I don't know if you have diabetes, but he's showing me needing a sweetness in life. Um, and he says that he's handing me like a bouquet of flowers that I'm supposed to give to you. And they look like
Okay.
pink roses to me. And he wants you to know how much he loves you and that he comes around you And he just keeps showing me butterflies. So I don't know if you see butterflies, but he's showing me butterflies. Um, he also wants me to acknowledge, he keeps talking to me, pointing to me to tattoos. So I don't know if you or someone you know has gotten a tattoo of him or thought about getting a tattoo of him, but he's talking about one. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Perfect. So this is how you know it is a validation for you that he is there and he is watching you and he's watching over you. Okay, yes, I will. He says, she doesn't feel me when I'm around. She doesn't think that I visit her. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sometimes I do though.
Um, he says he's talking to me about your dreams. So I don't know if you've seen him in dreams, but if you have, those are called visitations. And he's talking to me about being able to give you that last hug so that you know how much he loves you. He says he's showing me having a conversation where we don't always share everything that's on our minds, and to know that as far as he's concerned, he wants you to know that there's nothing left unsaid between the two of you, and not to hold on to anything that you may have wanted to change or shift, because he is doing very, very well. And that's all he wants for you, is to also thrive and feel really good about life and moving forward, doing all the things that you know are best for you, and embracing life with all the gusto and all the love that you have to offer, because you are an amazing human being and he's so proud of you, and he is so grateful for the time that you had together, that you were his mom, and that the two of you went through so much, and he just wants to say thank you to you.
Well, thank you, I love you. Thank
Thank,
you so much.
thank you so much, Gina, for being on the show. I am so, so grateful. And thank you to all of you for watching me and catching me at my new showtime. I am so grateful. Thank you from Dayton, Ohio. And I hope all of you have an amazing summer solstice. Have a good night.